story to tell about something that happened to our family last week. I'm sorry. I try not to get emotional, but it was a scary story.
Talk show host Jimmy Kimmel getting emotional when talking about his son Billy being born with a congenital heart defect. Jimmy Kimmel has a St. Louis connection. Not only is his wife from here, but one of the doctors that cared for his son is now at St. Louis Children's Hospital. And as you're about to find out in tonight's Making a Difference report, Kimmel is stepping up to help a local organization that's close to his heart.
We love you like my St. Louis native wife loves Tommy Her and gooey butter cakes. So
when talk show host Jimmy Kimmel speaks, people listen, as you're about to find out. But our story actually begins at Olive and Oak Restaurant in Webster Groves.
Hi there, welcome to Olive and Oak.
On the menu here, creative American classics.
Any items that you see on the menu with hearts, those are things that donations will go towards.
And on the walls, the owner's treasured memories.
The first 6 months we were open, I would walk by and kind of put my head down. Otherwise, I'd be in tears. It's so emotional.
That's because goodbyes hurt most when you've barely had time to say hello. Becky and Greg Ortel's son, Oaks, was born with a congenital heart defect. By the time he was 3 months old, he had 3 open-heart surgeries and a double lung transplant. He may have been little, but he came to be known as Mighty Oaks.
I think what we see in this ICU a lot is how incredibly resilient a lot of babies and young children are, that they are facing insurmountable medical odds, and yet they just keep bouncing back from setback after setback.
But this was not a fair fight. Oaks was just 16 months old when he died.
Thank you for calling Olive and Oak. My name is Courtney. How can I help you?
The hurt might have been too much for some families, but the Ortels decided to turn their pain into purpose. They started the Mighty Oaks Heart Foundation to support families of children with heart defects.
We genuinely, organically fell in love with these families, and we kind of knew what they were going through.
What I've always been very impressed with the Mighty Oaks Foundation is these dollars go directly to families.
So we had everything planned to do it then.
Families like Sarah Crispin and Paul Nordman. Their daughter Jude was born with a congenital heart defect. But when things got dark, Becky Ortel was the light.
To know that she wants to be around me, which represents something that's really hard in her life, makes me want to be stronger for people around me and for my daughter too.
We experienced days of heartbreaking news.
Sarah and Paul were on hand recently for the Mighty Night Gala. The goal? To raise money for the foundation.
While all of this was happening in our family.
But just as importantly, to raise awareness. And that's where Jimmy Kimmel comes in.
hello there, everyone. I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and I want to thank Mighty Oaks Heart Foundation.
When the video first started, they saw Jimmy Kimmel, everybody was like, oh, cool, Jimmy Kimmel, and made the connection.
Kimmel's son Billy has a congenital heart defect.
So please give generously and drink a lot and then give some more. You have too much crap anyway. I mean, have you seen your garage?
That night, the foundation raised nearly $500,000. More money means help for more families. The Ortels hope that one day soon, the Mighty Oaks Heart Foundation will be helping families all over the country.
In a huge way, you're keeping Oaks alive.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
A couple weeks ago we had a cardiology appointment and they said they won't need to see us for 6 months.
One family healing their broken hearts.
You gonna give us smiles?
She's just checking him out.
By mending others. Dr. Aaron Abarbanel, who I've interviewed a few times, helped take care of Billy Kimmel at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And as Jimmy Kimmel pointed out on his show, he's now with St. Louis Children's Hospital. And a reminder, if you know an inspiring person or someone making a difference, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com.